Hello everyone. We are going to make smothered turkey wings today. This is one of my favorites. So I went ahead and I did a little bit before I came on. I chopped up some onions, bell pepper, and celery. And I also made a house mix, and I'm going to tell you everything that's in there. And I also made this little paste that my grandmother used to put on the holiday turkeys, and it made the turkeys so delicious and juicy, because turkeys have a tendency to dry out a little bit. But let me tell you everything else that's included. I use this Cisco shortening sticks, and this is a part of the paste, and I'm going to tell you everything that's in the paste. We're going to need some chicken broth, some brown sugar, pepper. This is chicken rub. I ordered this off of Amazon, and it's delicious on any type of poultry. This is one of my new favorite types of seasoning salt because it has no MSG. Please forgive me. And it's delicious. There's a lot of seasoning in here. I want you to try this out. Johnny's seasoning salt. We're going to use this soup mixture and turkey base better than bouillon. We have smoked paprika, thyme, poultry seasoning. We have lemon pepper. I really like a smoky flavor to the turkey. And of course we have our favorite garlic powder, onion powder, parsley. And this is something that's really great. It gives it a really barbecue flavor, really smoky flavor. And this is something that I really love to put into everything. Now all of those seasonings I have combined in here for you to see. And I just put a little bit of each one. I really didn't measure, but I would say it's about a tablespoon of each. And in here, this is the paste. And here, this is the shortening. I used about half a stick. I used all of the different seasonings here, just about a tablespoon, and I mixed it all up. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to rub it on the turkey. It's going to be beautiful. So our next step is to put everything together. So what I want to do first, I would like to coat the star of the show, our turkey wings. Now these turkey wings have been washed 2 or 3 times, like 3 times. They've been dried off, and now I'm preparing them for their seasonings. Now what we're going to do is use this seasoning for all of the wings. Now if you're a little squirmish with touching meat, you might want to close your eyes because I'm getting ready to go in. And this is a very important part of seasoning turkey wings, because this, as they're baking in the oven, this will ensure that every part of the wing gets coated. Now I'm going to go back. Ooh, this smells like garlic and onion. It smells like thyme. There's poultry seasoning in here. Okay, here we go, you guys. You just want to make sure that everything, every bite, like if you were to get this wing, you want to make sure that it has this coating on it. It's going to be a little messy. Lift these flaps up. And this is why it's important to make sure that the turkey is dry, because it's a little difficult to put this on wet. Beautiful. Okay, let's put some more on here. It smells so good. It's okay to go back to make sure that every piece is covered. That's why we made so much spread. It's okay to go back, but for right now, this is just the first coating. It's beautiful. Did any of your grandmothers do this for their holiday turkeys? Sometimes you can use butter. Sometimes there's a garlic spread that they sell near the season aisle. It's a yellow garlic spread that McCormick makes. And you can mix all the seasonings in there just like we did. It just comes out really good. The skin is delicious. It's crispy. It's all about the flavor. You want to lift these flaps up. And this one. I only bought one pack because just wanted to make a little bit just so I could show you what I was doing. Okay, now don't forget it's okay to go back and put more on it. Excellent. Okay, let me wash my hands off. What I'd like to do now is to begin putting all of our items into our baking dish. Now, I want to put the celery in here because this is going to be a layer on the bottom. I'm using the celery for flavor. Because once everything starts to cook, you know how everything starts to combine. So, putting this on the bottom. See that? Also going to put, you know how onions tend to cook down? We're going to layer the bottom with these beautiful onions. Oh, this smells so good. Save some for the top. Let's put some green peppers here. It's beautiful. Spread it out because we really want all this flavor to go throughout our dish. Excellent. Now, so far so good. Hope you all try this out. Alright, now let's start putting these in here. Now, let's grab our, excuse me. Let's grab our house mix here. And we just want to combine all of this. Good, excellent. Now, this is our chicken stock. I'm going to pour this on the bottom. Excellent. Just use the whole can. We have our Lipton soup onion mix. We're going to sprinkle this. Now you know what, you all? Because this is so salty, I'm going to reserve half of it. And I will use the other half for another recipe because I don't want it to be too salty. Now before I put our house mixture on here, I'm going to dab some more of this mixture here. Just some of the spots that don't have mixture on it. Once you see how this comes out, you're going to be so surprised at how beautiful this is. Because all of this is going to melt. It's just really going to enhance the flavor of the turkey. Excellent. Okay. Have that. Now let's start putting some of this on here. Now if you notice, I did not put any salt because all of these seasonings, well not all of them, but most of them already have salt in them. I just don't want to overdo the salt. We have to be careful with too much salt. Okay, I'm going to reserve some of this house seasoning because once it starts to cook, I'm going to go back and put some more. Let me make sure you can see this. There. Let's start layering this. It smells so good. And you know the onions are going to cook down. Excellent. Now for me, I'm going to let this cook or bake in the oven. I'm going to let this bake in the oven for, I would say, a total of 3 hours. But after 1 hour, I'm going to go back and I'm going to check it. Because what I'm going to do is cover this with foil. And I'm going to put this in the oven and then let it go. So right now, it's ready to go into the oven. So we will be back in, let's say it is 12 o'clock right now. I will be back by 1 o'clock and we'll take a look at it. But I know I want it to cook for a total of 3 hours. So we'll be back in an hour. It has been 2 hours instead of 1 hour because I wanted to give it more time. I figured that 1 hour wouldn't be long enough. So let's take a look. Ooh, that is hot. Let's see what we have here. I think that, ooh, that's beautiful. I always say it's beautiful, don't I? I'm going to put these wings on this pan here because I want them to brown. I'm going to arrange them on this pan, and for the last, let me see, maybe 30 minutes or so, I'm going to let them cook on this sheet here. The reason I am doing this is because even though these are pretty much ready now, I'm going to let them get nice and brown. Some people would prefer them like this, and then I'm going to make a gravy using this sauce. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly how I make the gravy. Okay, these are going back into the oven, and I'll show you what's next. Right now I'm going to remove the celery, and then only the celery, because I want to keep these onion bits in here. And then after all the celery has been taken out, we're going to use this delicious juice here for our gravy. I only want the celery. I want to keep all the onions. So that's what I'm going to do now. Take all of this out, and I'll be back. Now I want to add this gravy to this dish, because we're going to put our turkey wings back into this dish. I'm going to mix everything up together. So everything can just become friends. I'm wondering if I can pour this in here. Let me see something, you guys. Hold on. Alright, I'm taking a chance. I'm going to try to pour this in here. Let's see. There we go. Yes. It worked. Good. Just mix this up. See all the onions and the green pepper? That's going to give it really good flavor. I didn't use a lot of salt. Now after the wings are finished roasting in the oven, I'm going to add them to this gravy. See how I did it? Alright, let's see what's next. I've just taken these out from the oven, and I'm going to place these into the dish. They're really done, but now I'm just going to put them back in the oven and just let them finish off. They're just how, let me put it this way, I like them. They're really nice and crispy. Putting them in the oven that extra, it took about 20 minutes. Ooh, goodness, that looks so good. These are going to go in the oven. I would say for about 15 minutes. The next time you see these, I'm going to plate them up. And you let me know what you think. I want you to take a look at the final results. Look at that. Fresh out the oven. I cannot wait to show you how this will look on a plate. I don't want to play with it too much because this is going to fall right off the bone. Look at all that delicious gravy. You all, I want you to try this because it's very easy. I know your family will love this. Wow, look at that. They're still hot. So, I hope you try this out. Thank you for watching. Let's cook with ease.